You've been loving your cat wrong. Not badly. Not carelessly. Just in a language he doesn't fully speak. You feed him on time. You clean the litter box. You buy the toys, the treats, the warm bed by the window. And still, some days, he watches you from across the room like he's waiting for something you haven't given him yet. Here's what almost nobody tells you. Cats don't measure love in food or toys. They measure it in signals, tiny, specific, physical signals. And there are 5 of them. Each one takes about 10 seconds. Each one has been studied by researchers who work specifically on feline behavior. Do all 5 consistently, and something measurable happens inside your cat. Not metaphorically. Chemically. Skip them, and you can still have a cat who tolerates you. But tolerating and feeling loved are not the same thing to a cat's brain. Stay until the last one, because it's the gesture that changes everything else on this list. Welcome to Cat Mind. If this is your first time here, this channel exists for one reason: to translate what your specific cat is actually telling you. Not general cat facts. Not internet myths. Peer-reviewed research, applied to the animal sleeping on your couch right now. Cats didn't evolve reading human faces the way dogs did. They evolved reading posture, timing, and touch. Which means the love you're already trying to show him might be arriving in a format his brain can't fully process. These 5 acts fix that. They speak directly to the systems in his body that register safety, trust, and belonging. Number 1. The slow blink. You've probably seen it. Your cat looks at you, closes his eyes slowly, and opens them again. Most people call it a cat kiss. In 2020, researchers at the University of Sussex and the University of Portsmouth tested this directly, with actual cats, in actual homes. They had owners slow blink at their cats and measured the response. The cats blinked back. Consistently, and more than in a control condition. Then researchers repeated the experiment as strangers. Same slow blink, unfamiliar person. Cats were more likely to approach the stranger who blinked slowly than one with a neutral face. A slow blink cannot be faked by accident. In feline body language, a fast, hard stare is a threat signal. A slow, soft blink is the opposite. It tells your cat, deliberately, I am not a predator right now. I am safe to be near. Here's the 10-second version. Make eye contact. Narrow your eyes slowly, hold for a beat, then open them just as slowly. No hand movement needed. Do it once, calmly, and wait. If your cat blinks back, even once, that's not coincidence. That's a direct line of communication you just opened. Try it across a room, not right up close. Distance actually makes the signal clearer to a cat. No pressure to respond immediately. Some cats answer instantly. Others take a few tries before they trust that you're not about to move toward them. Either way, notice what happens to their face right after. Ears soften. Whiskers relax forward. That's not imagination. That's a measurable drop in vigilance. And once your cat starts answering your slow blinks, you'll notice something else. He starts doing it first, unprompted, when you walk into a room. That's the shift. You're no longer waiting to be noticed. You've become someone his eyes soften for on their own. But the slow blink only works on cats who already feel a baseline of safety. The next gesture is what builds that baseline in the first place. Number 2. 10 seconds at the base of one ear. A cat's ear is controlled by more than 30 individual muscles, which is part of why they can rotate each one independently, tracking 2 sounds at once. The skin at the base of the ear is dense with nerve endings that connect directly into the nervous system. Gentle, sustained pressure that triggers a release of endorphins, the same class of chemical involved in pain relief and calm. That area also holds some of your cat's facial scent glands, the same ones activated when he rubs his cheek against a door frame or presses his head into your hand. When you scratch there, you're not just soothing him. You're mixing your scent with his, and in feline social groups, shared scent is literally the marker of belonging. A February 2025 study in Applied Animal Behavior Science measured oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in cats and owners during physical contact. Oxytocin rose in both the cat and the human during calm touch, but only when the cat wasn't forced into it. Cats who initiated contact themselves, climbing into a lap, nudging a hand toward the ear, showed the strongest hormonal response of any group tested. So here's the 10-second version. Wait for a moment your cat is already relaxed. Place 1 or 2 fingers gently at the base of one ear. Apply light, steady pressure for about 10 seconds. Not a full petting session, just that one spot, then stop. Watch what happens over days, not minutes. Cats with this done to them regularly start tilting their head toward your hand before you even reach it. That head tilt is your cat asking for it. Once a cat starts requesting a gesture, the gesture has become part of how he defines safety with you. And this next one matters just as much as the touch itself, because it decides whether the touch ever gets welcomed in the first place. Number 3. The 10-second pause before you touch him. When your cat walks toward you, the instinct is to reach down immediately, pick him up, start petting, close the distance yourself. But to a cat, a hand moving toward him quickly can register as pressure, even from someone he trusts completely. His nervous system still runs on reflexes built for an animal that had to decide, in a fraction of a second, whether to fight or flee. A fast movement from above can trigger that system before the calmer, thinking part of his brain has time to catch up. So here's the gesture. When your cat approaches, hold still for 10 seconds. Let him close the entire distance himself. Let him rub against your leg, bump his head into your hand, or simply sit near your feet, without you moving toward him first. Remember that oxytocin study from a moment ago. The cats with the strongest hormonal response were the ones who chose to make contact themselves. Cats who were approached or picked up first didn't show the same spike. Taking away the choice takes away part of the chemical reward. Feline behavior experts describe this as one of the most effective trust-building tools available, because holding still puts the outcome entirely in the cat's control. And cats build expectations from repetition. If the pattern is, I walk toward my human and a hand comes at me, he learns to hesitate. If the pattern is, I walk toward my human and nothing happens until I'm ready, he learns to approach with less caution every single time. 10 seconds of stillness, repeated for a few weeks, quietly rewrites how safe your cat feels initiating contact with you at all. So far, every gesture has been physical. But there's a channel of connection most owners never think to adjust, their own voice. Number 4. Speaking to him for 10 seconds in a specific tone, not baby talk for the sake of it, but a deliberate register. In 2013, researchers at the University of Tokyo tested whether cats could distinguish their owner's voice from a stranger's, using recordings of names spoken by both. Cats reacted, ear movement, head turn, pupil change, significantly more to their owner's voice than to a stranger's, even when the words were similar. Recognition wasn't the whole story, though. A 2022 study out of the University of Paris Nanterre went further, testing what researchers call cat-directed speech. That's the slightly higher-pitched, slower, more melodic tone many people use naturally when talking to cats, without ever being taught to. Cats paid closer attention, and stayed engaged longer, when that specific tone came from their own owner, but not when a stranger used the exact same tone. In other words, it's not the pitch alone that works. It's the pitch plus the fact that it's coming from a voice he's already learned to trust. So here's the 10-second version. Next time you greet him, say something short and warm, in a slightly higher, slower tone than your normal speaking voice. It doesn't need words that mean anything to him. His name, hello, anything gentle and unhurried works. What matters is the register, not the vocabulary. Watch his ears during those 10 seconds. A cat who's engaged will rotate one or both ears toward you and often blink more slowly while listening. Do this every time you enter a room he's in, and you're not just talking at him. You're giving him a sound he can identify, from a distance, as specifically yours. Over weeks, that sound alone, before you've even touched him, starts to lower his baseline alertness the moment he hears it. For gestures down. But there's one more, and it's the one that changes how threatening you appear to him without you doing anything else at all. Number 5. 10 seconds at his eye level. Cats evolved as both predator and prey. Anything tall, upright, and moving toward them registers, at some level, as a potential threat, even you. When you stand over your cat, even to greet him affectionately, you're occupying the exact posture that predators use in the wild. It doesn't mean he's afraid of you. It means part of his nervous system is quietly tracking your height every time you approach. Here's the gesture. For 10 seconds, crouch or sit down so your eyes are roughly level with his. No reaching, no talking yet, just presence at his height. Feline behaviorists consistently point to this as one of the fastest ways to shift a cat's read of you from large upright figure to companion. You'll often see the difference immediately. Cats who hesitate to approach a standing person will walk directly up to the same person crouched at their level. Combine it with a slow blink from gesture 1, and you've stacked 2 signals your cat's brain reads as unmistakably safe at the same time. This is the gesture that makes the other 4 land better. A cat who feels smaller and safer next to you accepts touch, voice, and closeness more easily. 10 seconds, a few times a day, and you're not asking your cat to meet you on your terms. You're meeting him on his. None of these 5 gestures are unique to your cat. Every domestic cat studied, kittens, seniors, strays turned house cats, responds to the same physical language. Which means this isn't a personality quirk of your specific cat. It's a species-wide communication system that most owners simply never learn to speak. Shelters that trained volunteers in these exact behaviors, slow blinking, ear scratches, waiting for approach, lowered posture, saw measurably faster trust building with fearful cats. Rescue cats who once flinched from hands have been documented leaning into a single finger at the base of an ear within weeks of consistent, gentle repetition. So this isn't about having a naturally affectionate cat or an aloof one. It's about whether the signals you're sending match the ones his brain is built to recognize. And here's the part that reframes everything you just learned. You've spent this whole video thinking about how to make your cat feel loved. But every one of these 5 gestures does something else at the exact same time. It teaches your cat's nervous system that you specifically are safe. You weren't just performing affection. You were sending proof, in a language older than words, that he's not living with a threat. He's living with family. Your cat cannot tell you in words that the slow blink worked, or that the pause before touch made him trust you a little more. But somewhere in your home right now, there's a cat recalibrating, in small increments, how safe the person feeding him actually is. And across millions of homes, this is happening at the same time. Humans and cats slowly learning to speak a shared language neither species was born knowing. 10 seconds, 5 times, is such a small ask that it's easy to dismiss. But small repeated signals are exactly how trust is built in a species that reads the world through posture and touch, not words. You will not look at petting your cat the same way again. Which of these 5 have you already been doing without knowing why it worked? Tell me exactly which one, and what your cat did right after. I read every comment.